who is the dude who bashed the Twisted Tea into the face of that sick son of a bitch just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Mr. TeaKO, Barry Allen, welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Dude, I'm so happy that you're here. Oh my God. When I realized that your wife was on Twitter and I reached out to her, I was like crossing my fingers that we would be able to make this happen. But here you are. So thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate the support, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. This is just fantastic. Can you your life is changing before your eyes, isn't it, Barry?
Man, I couldn't even tell you how much my life has changed in the last week and a half.
Holy crap.
I started off just a normal guy. That's how I still look at myself. I'm just a normal guy who's got a lot of, let's put it, views. People are just following me at the moment.
Right.
The spotlight is on me.
Yeah.
That's how.
Oh man. Wow. Now you're just a regular dude in Ohio with a family of 5 and just doing your thing. And then when you hit that guy in the face with the can, holy shit, life changed for you. And to think about it, Barry, so many things had to fall into place. Not only did you have to be in the right place at the right time, but the lady shooting the video, all of that stuff had to come into play. And the fact that she had such a steady shot when she was recording or putting that on Facebook Live. I mean, she was a great camera person, Barry.
The crazy part is she is like the city nosy person. Like whenever she can find something good, she takes it.
Wow.
It's what my wife told. I didn't even know the lady until after the video. My wife asked me who she was, and then she just instantly knew this is what she does.
Barry.
So she happened to go crazy off of this one video.
Wow. And you know, you have catapulted all the other famous videos that have come out of people's cell phones over the years. You have moved to the tip top of all of them, of the most viewed things of all time. It's incredible.
Nah, I couldn't even explain it to you, brother.
Yeah, and it's nuts because if you think back to the guy earlier in the year who was on the skateboard drinking the cranberry juice, do you remember that one?
Actually, the crazy part is I didn't know about it until people compared me to it. That's when I started looking it up.
Yeah, and you're gonna go past that guy, and he got all this crazy shit happen to him: new house, new car. Oh my God! Have the people from Twisted Tea reached out to you, Barry?
No, unfortunately not.
I
feel like they're either not supporting the violence or they're not trying to support it. They're waiting for it to die down so that if they were to reach out to me, then it's past the mind of that, it's what was done in the video versus,
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that is separate. It at the end of the day, though everybody in the world loves you, it still was a fucking crime. But so my God. And
actually, from what I'm hearing, the prosecutor is trying to decide if they want to press charges themselves. They're talking about they won't need Randy to. They could take it themselves, and I'm like, go for it.
Wow. That are you
go for it.
Are you like worried about that at all, Barry?
Not even slightly worried. It's more of I know what I've done was technically, violent. I know what I've done was technically assault. But at the same time, I didn't go into the store with that intention.
Nope.
I came into the store and I didn't even expect it to go that far. I was just hoping that, after I asked him to stop a couple times, he stopped.
Yes. I thought you
were... I wasn't trying to fight him. When he made that initial kick, or when he tried to touch me, that's in my mind, you asking for me to retaliate.
Correct. And you have to look close because he was quick when he tried to kick, but he did do it. And I thought, frankly, from beginning to end, you showed tremendous restraint during all of that. And then when you got him down on the ground, you hit him, but you didn't hit him that hard. And he was fine at the end of it. He was a little rattled. I think he realized that he was in trouble. But you know, I mean, screw it. This
He
guy
didn't realize it until it was all over with, because he still followed me around the store trying to get me to fight him again.
Oh my God.
He didn't realize it until after he got out the store, and the people he was with, like the guy in the video, they told him, bro, just let's go.
Well, you're quite a bit bigger than him. I mean, he was a skinny little fucker, and you look like you're in pretty good shape and you can handle yourself no problem.
Yeah, for the most part. I have 2 blown rotator cuffs. Bones missing in my shoulders, so
it didn't look like it there.
Not that way.
Damn it! When you came up, when you swung with the can of twisted tea in your hand, I think what a lot of people noticed was how quick and how fast and how it made such an incredible amount of contact with him. One of the greatest things that's ever been seen in any type of video. I mean, it's flat out remarkable. Have you? What was it like for you? Because I understand you were driving away and your wife had already been made aware, even though you were telling her what happened.
Yep. As soon as I got in the car and put it in reverse and picked up my phone, because when I ever do anything like that, the first person I'll call is my wife. Because if I'm going to have somebody that's ready to go with me to defend it, she's going to be the first person. So she was the first person I called. I tried to explain to her, like, hey, babe, I just hit somebody in the face with a can.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, no, I'm watching it. I'm like, well, what? What do you mean you're watching it? And then she tells me it's already going viral. I'm like, oh, fuck. I live 2 blocks away from that circle.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting by the time I got in the car and got on the road that she'd already be watching the video.
Unbelievable. We live in a crazy world if all of that one little moment can travel all the way around the world and reach back to you that quickly. Holy shit.
I wasn't even going to go to the store. Like, I was really sitting here. I just woke up. Like, I was about to play a little bit of Madden, watch my show. And I was like, you know what? I'm thirsty. I don't want any water, so I'm gonna go grab a pop.
Yeah, go get it.
And when I buy a pop, I just happen to want a tea as I got there. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just grab one, whatever. Right. So I wasn't expecting that moment to be one of my defining moments.
Oh, so legendary! You are an absolute. You are superhuman to me, and the fact that your name actually is the same as a DC character in the comic universe, The Flash, makes this even more incredible.
That's why I named my youngest son that, because I'm obsessed with The Flash too. Like,
oh, really?
It's my all-time favorite superhero. Then, you know, Batman, of course, is next.
Dude.
But The Flash is amazing.
You know, you got to understand, you are the hero the world has needed. Do you understand this? Because 1 year ago, Kobe died, okay, at about this time. And then all the world, fucking A, man. And here you are. We're going to ring in the new year with this badass guy doing this. Holy shit. You have made so many people happy with your violence.
Like I said, man, I love it. I'm not really happy about what had happened, but I'm happy that what did happen is supported by, right, like you said, the entire world.
Yes,
is on my side.
And let the rest of these stupid fucks be on notice that if you behave like that, this is what can happen to you. And I think that in all honesty, people should be very, very aware of that this is how that terrible behavior, what it can get you. And that's a cautionary tale, in my opinion, that guy got off easy, frankly, Barry, you know?
When I say about 10 years ago, and while I'm younger, like in my younger days, I used to do that stupid shit. Like, I used to fight and run with a terrible crowd. And so I know, like, I have one of those buttons that if it gets pushed, I go too far. But now that I have 5 kids, I've learned a thing called patience. So I try my hardest to not react, because when I do stupid things, the ones that are affected is my family.
Gotcha.
And I can't imagine my kids not having me. So I always try to keep in my mind, like, whatever I do, be careful, because the law is never going to stop. They have an undefeated record. So I try to stay away from the police.
Barry, when it happened, you saw it and it all happened very, very quickly, no doubt. When you had a chance to go back and look at the video, was it as you remember it, or was it more impactful when you saw it from the perspective of the camera?
Well, when it first happened, I didn't watch the video that night. I already knew in my mind what had happened. I didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
But after I had watched it and got to actually look at the video, then it changed everything, because I noticed the cameraman's reaction, not the cameraman, the employees.
Yes.
Their reactions to it. I seen the people he was with reaction to it. Then I didn't even, when it was all said and done, when I first turned around and tried to walk away, the lady that happened to be recording it gave me a high five.
Yes.
That's when she yelled. That's when she's like, "I'm on your side, guy. Whatever happens, I'm on your side. He deserved it."
Oh, and yeah.
So that kind of gave me an idea that, at least I got somebody telling me that what I did was justified. But when I noticed the entire world was watching it, and it changed everything for me, man.
Now I noticed, and I believe that, and I think that when you say it changed your world for you, I think ultimately this is going to work out for you, and I think it should. I think that you guys should actually market, you should have T-shirts. I would buy a T-shirt with you hitting the guy. I would. Or
in the process of making T-shirts,
fuck.
So many people have asked me. So, can they have a T-shirt? Can they have a hoodie?
Yes.
With my picture on it. I've seen people making their own. Like, there's people using my face and using what happened to make their own profit out of it.
Yes.
And I see a lot of people comment on it, telling them, I should be getting a percentage or something. And I'm not telling, I don't want the money.
Well, yeah.
But they could have at least messaged me and said, "Hey, is this cool?" Or, "Hey, do you want one? Because this is what we're doing."
Yes.
If they offered me a shirt or a hoodie, I'd probably be like, "You know what? Go for it."
Yeah,
but
and I think
they ain't even contact me.
No.
I feel like they're on Twisted Tea side in a way.
Right. Yeah, I think that ultimately, as the dust settles down on this, that you should do that on your own and capitalize on that. I just hope and pray that that your local authorities don't get a little too overzealous on this. But if they did, somebody's going to come up and stand up for what's right and help you out. There's no question. I'm
actually hoping that they do.
Okay.
Because then that takes the point that I was trying to make in the video. It puts light on it, because that lets them know, I wasn't doing this to be violent.
Right.
I was doing it because I got disrespected.
Yes.
And then with all that's happened throughout 2020, he was ending the year with putting his stamp on it, spitting on everything, all the progress people have been trying to make throughout the year. And the fact that he went that far and couldn't respect the fact that I'm asking him to stop. I don't care if you're drunk.
I felt so. When you were, because you actually politely asked him to stop, and I was like, God, I felt bad for you, and that's why when I finally saw what happened, he was COVID and you were the vaccine. I was like, son of a bitch, here we go. Jeez. You mentioned you have 5 children. What have they? Are they all aware, or some of them aware? What's going on with the kids concerning this, Barry?
Well, I showed my oldest son. He's 7. Sorry, I got so many kids. I be forgetting their ages sometimes.
Yeah.
My oldest son is 7, and my oldest daughter will be 12 next month. And I showed them 2, and then my second daughter, she 9. I believe she's 9. She'll be 10 next month. But she happened to see it on TikTok, and he came to my wife and was like, "Is that Daddy?"
Oh.
And she's like, "Why is Daddy hitting that guy?" And she explained it to her what he said and how it's wrong. And my daughter's first reaction was, "Is he crazy?" You don't know Daddy, do you?
Oh my God.
That tells him, even my kids know, when it comes to being disrespected for me or them, it's going to be a reaction. I don't
Okay.
care who you are, how it happened, what you did. If you disrespect me or my kids or my wife, I'm sorry.
Wow.
But you crossed the line.
Barry, I just like your style because you're very collected and composed to a point, and then look out, just like you said. So I give you all the credit in the world, man. And I wish you nothing but the best. I mean, seriously, this has been quite a ride, I'm sure. But
it still means a lot to hear it, though. When people tell me that they love me or that they got my back and all that, it just means a lot because we both know that in a lot of these situations, people don't take the side of the person who done the violence.
True.
So
true.
I'm glad that everyone, when they saw it, their reaction was, well, he deserved it. I appreciate him. Like, I've been called people's heroes, a legend, a myth. I've been called everything. Like, it just means a lot. Like, I could have been called a lot worse.
When you
I've called me worse.
Barry, when you I noticed that when you actually swung the can, you were way down low and you came up. Like, if you remember how when Mike Tyson would fight, he would fight peekaboo style. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with that.
So he's
I'm a big Mike Tyson
okay,
fan.
Good. Then he's a little low, a little in a squat, will dodge, and then he'll come up. That was you.
Hit you with a lights out punch.
Yeah. So now, but then there's the you still have to connect, and he might have time to dodge, but nothing. You just were, whatever you wound up hitting, you were going to hit. Could have hit his shoulder, could have hit his arm, but you actually hit his whole flush face with the can.
Like, when I had the can in my hand, when I first picked it up, I put it back down because I didn't want to hit him. And then he kept pushing me, so then I picked it back up. And then I tried to be cool with it and flip it in the air. It didn't work out too well.
No.
So I'm like, oh, crap. I can't. I no longer look tough anymore in this situation. I'm like, you can't just drop the can. What the? And then after rewatching, I'm like, I can't believe I really did that. Like, why the fuck was I trying to be cocky? Damn. But it actually worked in my favor because then I hit him a lot harder than I thought I would.
Wow, yeah. And then it could have ended there, but how about the fact that he got up right away, Barry? I mean, you and I probably both got to say something. This guy must have been really drunk, or he's actually pretty tough because
he was extremely drunk.
And then he kind of tried to come at you, but it didn't look like it was going to work out. And he
wasn't coming at me with punches. He was coming at me with nails. He was trying to scratch my face.
Okay.
Like, he was doing that. You know how females throw windmills scratching at each other. That's what he was trying to get into.
Gotcha.
Like I said, my shoulders aren't the best anymore, so I know it could hurt me more than him throwing a straight punch and take the chance on missing.
Okay.
So that's why I took him to the ground immediately, and that's when I saw red for a second, and I was like, I thought to myself, like, I don't want to, let me stop. And then the guy in the background, when he yelled out, okay, he's had enough.
Yep.
It came to me a lot quicker. It
reminded me of like an old school hockey fight because, you said, all right, that was it. And like you said, you could have stomped him. That we've all seen that, but no, man, it was kind of like knocked him down. He hit the floor, and then that's the end of it. So for me, that was I thought that was a fitting, appropriate end based on what had happened. Barry, what do you do for a living? Can you say? I don't want you to say where you work, but what do you do for a living, Barry?
Well, I was doing landscaping. I actually had started my own thing doing landscaping for a while.
Gotcha.
But then I have really bad epilepsy, so I can't, like, from over the few years of having seizures and stuff, it's really ruined my shoulders. Like, I can't lift my arm straight up without one of them taking a chance of popping out.
Oh, man.
So I have really bad arms, and now my knees are kind of going, my back is going. So they put me on full disability. I'm not able to work until I go 6 months without having one.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm trying to get off of that.
Hey, well, that's pretty much all I got for you, Barry. I wish you nothing but the best, buddy. And I want people to know that if they see merchandise out there, Barry didn't make that, but he's gonna. And when you do, I want to publicize it and talk about it and get some money in your pocket,
Well, the difference between theirs and mine will actually be signed. I'll have my signature on the hoodie, on the shirt. So
now, and right
people
now,
know it came directly from me.
Mrs. Your better half, your wife, is known as Mrs. TeaKO on Twitter. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that was the official Miss TeaKO or something like that.
Let me look it up. I'm gonna make sure I get it right so people can know. Yeah, you're gonna look on Twitter at official MRSTEAKO. So it's official Mrs. TeaKO, and the T is TEA, obviously for T.
Yeah.
And that's where
people
you can.
Still don't believe it's her.
Yeah, it is her, and I appreciate her for answering me when I tweeted at her, and we were able to turn this around quite quickly. So I'm very, very thankful for that, and I'll be keeping an eye on that because you guys have. That's where people will be able to get information about any merchandise or things as you get this started. And I wish you nothing but the best, man. And you know what? Truth be told, I'm sorry that you had to witness that. I don't like that you had to witness that, but I also am very thankful that you handled it the way I feel is an appropriate way to handle something quite like that.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm just happy I didn't happen to take one of my kids with me because then it'd probably been a lot worse for me or him. So I'm just happy it all went down the way that it did, and I actually reacted the right way and not overreacting. So I'm happy that it also went out that way because I feel like if I took it a little too far, then I would have more people on the other side than mine.
Yeah. No, you did it perfectly. Thank God. I'm very happy for you, and I'm thankful that people like you exist.
I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate you taking time out to give me a call, brother.
Oh, likewise, Barry. I wish you nothing but the best, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you again because I know good things are coming your way, okay?
I appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, man.
You got my phone number now. You can always give me a call, bro.
Okay, Happy New Year, and give my best to your lovely wife and your kids, okay, buddy?
Thanks, my man.
Thanks, Barry. Bye-bye. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Barry Allen. Holy shit, that was a surprise, wasn't it? What the hell is Zane doing going live and doing a stupid podcast on Saturday? Well, yeah, I talked about this on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast yesterday. If you missed it, I was like, hey, I think this is going to go down. I'm kind of just waiting. And, they're like, hey, well, I'm like, well, when do you want to do it? And they're like, well, Barry's taking a nap right now. He's going to call you at 1:30 Eastern time. So I'm like, I'm just sitting there like waiting. And I said, I should go live with this. The audience would love this if I went live with this. They would be so happy to see an absolute legend. And if you're just getting this and you're like, what the hell is this Twisted Tea Cat? What the hell is he talking about? Well, look, it's very simple. Just search it out. You'll see the video. It's taken from some lady's perspective with her cell phone and somewhere in Ohio near Cleveland. And she witnessed the whole exchange. And you see Barry just standing there in line with his can of Twisted Tea. And this dude, this drunk guy is sitting there saying the N-word like nobody's business. And it just got off the rails when Barry asked him to stop, and he wouldn't stop. And then the guy tried to kick Barry or kick the can or some shit, and Barry snapped, and then whammo! Oh, the shot heard around the world. Oh, my God. Well, I really, really appreciate him taking the time. So that was huge. Holy shit. Fucking legend. All right. Look at all these nice people checking it out. I appreciate you. Hey, boosting around there. Sean Binney's in the house. Adam the Odd up north. Brett. Over here in my neck of the woods, there's the lovely Tandy. Danny is there. Let's see. Brad. What's up, Brad? Brad Edwards. How are you, buddy? Ronald Crandall. What's going on with you? Mike Hamp. Who I just scheduled with Mike Hamp the return of the world famous Eric Zane Show podcast, Bombas Sock Brigade. Mike Hamp, who about a year and a half ago walked across the state of Michigan to raise money for mental health awareness, has made a lifetime goal to do good things for his fellow man for the rest of his days. Reached out to the Bombas Socks folks And they're a great, great company. They have specialized in these awesome socks, and every pair they sell, they give one away. Well, Mike got on their radar with his efforts, and they send him like all these boxes of socks, brand new, really high quality socks. So in West Michigan here, there's and with COVID in the winter and the homeless population, people need socks. So what we're doing is I'll have a sign-up sheet that I haven't yet asked Megan to help me with, but I'm going to. And we're going to take a number of you folks, and we're going to meet downtown Grand Rapids at Rosa Parks Circle on Friday, January 15th. Make a mental note of it. Save the date. Save the time. For a 4 p.m. start time, we're going to walk around the hard-hit areas where the homeless folks usually, as a group, and with backpacks full of socks, and just give socks away to people. Holy shit, man. It's going to be awesome. Mike says probably top 10 favorite video I've ever seen. Mr. TeaKO Barry Allen did what so many were hoping he would. Oh, man. I feel so good. Here we are, day 2 of 2021, and it's already off to a fantastic start. Brett says, I paused Cobra Kai for this. So happy. And then Rob says Barry needs to be a new regular. I think we could. I think we scored some points with Barry there. All right. That's it. I'm going to go bask in this afterglow of awesomeness, knowing that Barry Allen was on this show. Holy shit. Okay, folks, enjoy the rest of your day. Go have some sex. And don't forget, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, a new edition, show number 13, premiered yesterday on Patreon. Get it, patreon.com/Eric Zane. In fact, I will publish an audio free view for you folks on the usual spot where you download the free podcast, just so you can get a little taste of it. And then, if you want the whole thing, get it at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Okay, that's it. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Love you. See ya.